Love is Blind gave us one gift this season. Perfect example of all the men to avoid. This is part 2 of why you should avoid the hero complex guy. Not only because of what I talked about in the first video, which you can see if you click this comment about, be careful about, men who love to save the day, firefighters, EMTs, search and rescue, cops especially. I mean, those are the worst because then they want power and hero crap. Climbers, like all the men who are adrenaline junkies. But this right here, I don't know how to fix it. This is day 4. Not even 4. I think this was day 2 out of 4. This couple is having all kinds of problems. She is very clear about what she needs from this man, and he's like, I don't know how to fix it. Talk to her. That's what she wants. That's what you sold her on. Remember this man? This man who told that story about his family and cried and used his little American flag handkerchief because he's obsessed with America. Probably making America great again if you catch my drift. And he was just like, you're the only person I can open up to, which is a big red flag. He's never told anyone this before. Huge red flag. But this is who she thought she was marrying. This is who she fell in love with in the pods. Don't fall for men who make you feel special, that you're the only one they feel comfortable talking to. You will be their therapist because they will never go to therapy, and you'll end up divorcing them because they don't want to do the work. They'll literally die fighting fires to avoid dealing with their childhood trauma. And when you explicitly lay out what you need for them, to talk to you, to open up to you, to not make you carry the conversation, literally do any emotional labor in the couple, they'll be like, but I don't know, we're in crisis and I don't know how to fix it. Yes, you do. You're just not willing to do what she's asking. And hiding behind makeup being the real problem. Give me a break. So for those of you new here, didn't see this other video, I'm talking about this couple on Love is Blind season 5. Hero complex and, young Southern belle type. Now, as much as she made some mistakes, we can learn a lot by how she handled all of this. I think this gives me hope. What she did in this whole thing gives me hope for women younger than me, coming up in the dating world, and who are sick of this crap. Nothing against him. Not saying he's a bad guy. But this is why the great divorce, thank you, Hope Peddler, is coming. Or not only just the great divorce, but like the great tapping out of dating men entirely is coming. Y'all are about to get even lonelier. Watch out. So again, first night, she's trying to get this guy to open up like he did in the pods that one time. Now, I'm not even convinced that these two had very meaningful conversations to begin with, other than that one time. And also, I didn't hear him asking her a whole lot of questions. But I'm telling y'all, please do not get fooled by men being vulnerable with you and sharing some trauma. They will literally share that with anybody they get naked with. When I was on Tinder, on my little Tinder bender, you know how many men, after like having a great night of like rolling around in the hair, they're all like, oh, my mom just tried to unalive herself or something like that. Literally happened to me on the beach in Saint-Tropez after this amazing hookup. He started telling me about his mother's attempted shamuicide, okay? Do not feel special when men open up to you. It's either A, they're just telling any woman who'll listen, or B, they're not telling anyone at all, including a therapist, including any male friends, and like literally nobody. So you are going to carry all of the emotional load in that relationship because they certainly, if they can't talk to anyone else about their problems, do you really think they're going to be good at listening to you and your problems and give you any advice that's worthwhile? No! Any man who has you doing this on national television, like, why are you doing this? Why isn't he doing this? This is so gross. You should have been talking about deeper stuff, not doing this. But anyway, I get it. You're trying to have fun. So she talked a lot about how anxious she was all the time, and she kind of felt bad that she didn't feel a connection with him. Who would feel connected to a man who's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you want to talk about? Oh, you want to talk? We'll talk. What do you think a relationship is, dude? Her just doing stuff for you? And being a little schmegs doll and listening to occasionally you tell some story about being a hero. Like, you have to talk. That's what love is based on, is talking. Also, be careful who you ask advice from. If you ask a cool girl who is with a super emotionally unavailable man who probably is listening to the Red Pill podcast because he keeps talking about 50-50, and that's the next video if you want it. Izzy. If you talk to Stacy, who just wants to have fun with her dates about relationships, they're going to say stuff like this. If you really want this work, you got to step up. Shut up. This is the worst advice ever. This woman is fighting for her life for this relationship. And it's fireman bro won't step up. Do not ask cool girls for dating advice, or you're going to get stuff like this. So then when Taylor brings it to this man's attention again, that like there's something missing, all these other couples seem to like really enjoy being around each other. They're really connected. They're invested in each other. And y'all, there is a problem. The two couples you are idealizing are unbelievably toxic. Like, none of these people should be together. None of them. God, this show is not about Love is Blind. This show should be called All the Reasons Why Women Don't Want to Date Men. And also all the reasons why a lot of women need to heal their trauma so they stop wanting to date these men. When she's comparing their relationship to these other two couples that their relationships suck, and the response you get from him is like, you really shouldn't worry so much about what other people think, you know? She's like, I'm not stressed about the other people. I'm stressed about the fact that we don't have what they have. Now, I will say this, as much as you probably shouldn't be comparing too much to other couples because you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors, and a lot of people are just pretending. It is actually somewhat healthy to see what other couples are doing. That's how I realized that there were certain things that I needed to address in my marriage. That's how some of my friends realized that they need to address things in their marriage. A lot of times, especially there's no rule book to marriage. It's one of the reasons why I love following women on here who are deconstructing patriarchy in their relationships, because they teach me and my husband how to do that. So yeah, you should be comparing yourself to other couples on some level. And she's just like, I'm a little worried. And he's like, you shouldn't worry about what other couples are doing. And then his response is like, well, fork that. And then you have to be like, wow, you sound angry. Are you angry? And he's like, fork that. Like, the man won't even talk about why he's mad. And you have to force him to sit down and talk about it. Y'all, this is like day 2 or 3, I don't remember. It is not going to get better. And then if you're like, I don't think that a relationship should be this forking hard. And then his response is, I don't know how to fix it. Yes, you do. And you know why it's so hard? Because he's not willing to do the work. This is why I was criticizing Kristen and Dax, which so many women had a problem with. They normalize relationships and marriage being hard. Life is hard. Relationships should have challenging moments. That's how you get through them and grow and even become closer. But they should not be this much work. And if they are, it's usually the woman who thinks that they're hard, that relationships are hard. This is how they have convinced us to put up with a bunch of crap from men who won't do the work. It's hard because it's hard to settle for nonsense. And if men think it's hard, it's because they have to do the bare minimum to get this merged and shut up. Marriage is not this hard, y'all. It should not be this hard. Life is hard. But when you have a partner, they should not be making life harder for you. And then when you keep trying to say, this is the last time they have this fight. And I'm so tired of this fight. It's the same fight. And again, USA, this man is obsessed with the flag, which again, red flag. And he's just like, God, no, like, you don't change. Like, he wants her to change. See how they convince us that we want men to change? No. She wants him to be the man that he pretended to be in those pods. And he's the one who wants her to change. The whole thing about makeup. I don't even think I need to go into it. Any woman who follows me, you already know all this. A man who either wants you to wear makeup, doesn't want you to wear makeup, it's not about you. It's about control. And him thinking that he can police how you look. And I love the way she just kept being like, no. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to wear makeup because I want to. I've already been not wearing it for 4 days. She's already been changing for him. But okay, women are the ones who want to change men. Shut up. I don't need to go into the whole makeup thing anymore. Y'all get the point, right? Huge red flag. This is what I want to pay more attention to. I felt like you'd be supportive no matter what. I thought you'd be supportive no matter what. Ding, bing, 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 bing. This is why women are not marrying men. Men want unconditional love from women. They think that we're supposed to love them the way their mommies love them. Or in his case, the way his mommy didn't love him. And he wants a woman to finally give him that. Supportive no matter what means unconditional love. And when we look at Izzy, he has the same mentality. That's exactly what he says. So all of these men, pretty much, show you exactly the mindset of men dating right now and what you need to avoid. Because these are the men who will turn you into their mother, their free therapist, their free schmegs worker, unpaid servant. Literally, you will do everything, not just carry the conversation. She is going to do everything in this relationship because he wants a mom. And this queen realized it before it's too late. I'm done.